I got one poker story that stands out in my mind pretty much better than all the rest of them. It's called the Paul Snead hand. And it's probably one of my favorite poker hand stories out of all poker, including my whole career after the Moneymaker Syndrome. If you like, I would tell you that. I'll tell you about that hand. It's my friend begs me. We're playing in a 50-100 no-limit game that plays way above the rim, and you know, I'd really say the average guy that comes in and loses $50,000 to $70,000 in this game. It's really not a 50-100 no-limit game. It's much higher, but you know. My friend is begging me to get him in this game. I said, Paul, you don't understand. This is not poker. Paul was an ABC poker player, and I begged him. I said, Paul, you don't want to come to this game. He begs me. I finally said, okay, if you want to come. I know he's got plenty of money. I said, if you want to come, you can come. Be my guest. He comes. He stuck like $40,000 in the first 30 minutes. Okay? That's at about 9:30. We got that about 9 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the morning, he has all the $40,000 back in front of him, okay? And he was up probably about $12,000 at the time. And he says to the guys, when the button gets to me, it was on the other side of the table, another 5 hands or say, or 4 hands. When the button gets to me, I'm going to leave. You know, it was late enough. Everyone understood, and, you know, he was up or down or whatever. No one cared at that point. He played a full night. Well, the next hand, my friend has dealt pocket kings. And there's a guy in the hand with him that, you know, like really doesn't like care about money. So my friend's got about 80,000 in chips. He started with 40, lost the 40, got it back. So he's got about 80,000 in cash in front of him. It's not cash. We used chips at the time. And he looks down at pocket kings, and he raises. Now you got to understand, it's not normal. Like everybody calls here. It doesn't matter what you raise. So he wants to play the hand safe. The blinds are 50, 100. He makes it 1,200. Okay, 5 callers. The flop is King 5-6 rainbow. He leads. The first guy checks. There's basically, I think, 6,000 in the pot right now. He leads for 15,000. Okay. One guy calls. I'm sorry, there happens to be 2 hearts on the flop. That's where I made my mistake. There was 2 hearts on the flop. King 5-6, 2 hearts. One guy calls. The turn is the 10 of clubs. Okay? He looks at this guy, Larry, who's got him covered, by the way. Am I allowed to curse on this or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just on you.
He looks at this guy, Larry. He goes, how much do you have in front of you, Larry? And he goes, Larry says about 75,000. Paul has somewhere in the range of about 60,000 in front of him at this point, maybe 65,000. He goes, well, I'm all in. And he turns over, he stands up, and as he turns over, he gets this like swagger to him because he's got the nuts. And he says, Larry, would you like to know the math on you hitting your heart on the river? And he slams down the 3 kings. Well, Larry goes, F you and your math. I'll show you how I don't give a fuck about money, and I'll show you how I can crack 3 kings. Make a long story short, the place, we're all playing with gangsters, and the place goes apeshit. Now, the river didn't even come out yet, but the place is, everybody's cheering, we're yelling, this, that. It's not like, you know, quiet poker room. There's nothing to do with that. And of course, I don't have to tell you that, like, the 4 of hearts comes on the river. Well, Paul Snead, he's standing, he's 6'5", by the way, 300 pounds. Grabs, says, how the f do you make this call? You're horrible. How do you play poker like this? And to make a long story short, Paul Snead was never heard from ever again. Paid his vig, went on, and the place all started cheering when that heart landed on the river. Fuck you, you suck. Clear the rail, get out of here. Fuck you, now you're leaving. And that was my favorite poker story in poker history.